Welcome back to Poor Brothers Whiskey. I'm David. This is Mike. Tonight we don't know what we're drinking.
No clue.
I like this concept.
Mm-hmm.
Just complete blind.
Yep.
So I don't think there's really anything to talk about. These paper bags may have come from Kroger or something. Probably pretty cheap. Probably MSRP.
If I'm not mistaken, at least one is allocated
Okay.
amongst just two others. May or may not be. I'm assuming not.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking to.
Who knows? Hopefully you. But here we go. So first one.
Love the nose.
Oh.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's fruity.
It is. Fruity.
Stone fruit, vanilla.
Yeah. What else? Give me more.
Oak.
No, yeah. I mean, that hits it on the head. I think I get a little bit of a baking spice on that too.
Yeah, I can see that.
That is actually a really good nose. That's a good start.
Yeah, very solid.
It almost makes me think rye.
I don't think so.
Just makes me think it.
It shouldn't. Wow. Whatever that is, I really like it. I can't really tell you what I'm tasting, to be honest, but
Yeah, I mean that's
maybe some cherry in there.
very, for me, that is just very vanilla forward.
Okay. I don't know if I got a ton of vanilla on the palate, but that stone fruit transferred over like crazy.
That's funny because I don't get like any of it on the palate.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get any of it on the palate. I get it all in the nose.
I love when we're opposite like that.
Yeah.
Solid bottle, whatever it is.
Damn. Yeah, I like that. It is definitely a sweeter pour.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I have no clue what that could be.
I get I get this a lot, but brown sugar like really comes in for me on the palate. On the second sip, it just like crept in and got strong, led into the
I
finish
hate
too.
brown sugar for sure. God, man, I'm like trying to at least put a distillery on it, and I don't even know if I should do that, but
Yeah. It's viscous. I mean, the flavor carried all the way through.
it's a medium finish. Not an overly long finish, but I mean
It's long enough that
Right.
I'm not disappointed by it at all.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
I ain't got a clue what that would be.
I want to say wild turkey, but I don't know.
Yeah. If I didn't pick up that was wild turkey, that's gonna really frustrate me.
Well then,
Now I feel like I could see that, but I'm not even gonna try and guess distilleries.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
yeah,
gonna make
no.
myself look stupid.
in my own head, I'm gonna do it though.
Move on to the second one.
Yeah. With that being said, that's a strong start.
Yeah.
No, nothing else to do but move on to number 2 here.
That smells really nice
That
as well.
that is different though.
Yeah, way different. That's
Yeah.
polar opposite from
That is.
what we just drank.
Man, I don't even know how to.
This is what is hard for me when we are blinding something, completely blind like this. Like, don't even have a guess at all as to what the bottle would be.
Right.
It's so hard for me to actually figure out the notes. I feel like I struggle so much more with picking up on there's some cherry, there's something like,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because like in some bottles you just expect it, or some distilleries you expect these
Yeah.
notes. I guess that makes
if
sense.
we know
yeah.
it's one of these three, I don't know. It probably doesn't make any sense, and I'm stupid. But I really can't figure out what I'm smelling here, but I like it.
I think that's citrusy.
I could see it leaning towards citrus.
Yep, I get citrus. I also get like a baking spice out of that.
Whoa, I just got something in there that was way different.
But it's not sweet. I mean, I don't get like a vanilla. I don't really get a caramel out of that. No brown sugar.
Man, I feel like it's right on the tip of my tongue what this could be, and I just can't put it together.
As far as a note or what we're drinking?
What we're drinking. Like, I'm getting a familiar note that I know I've pointed out that I really like, but I can't figure out what that is or what bottle it could be. Hope that helps.
Nothing's coming to mind. But that's okay. I mean, I like the first nose way more. than that. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into this one. That's pretty good.
I definitely like the first one more.
Yeah.
I think this is way more baking spice forward on the palate.
Yeah, and then I didn't get any sweet notes on the nose. I get a ton on the palate.
Just like the last one, it is the exact opposite.
Really?
I feel like I got sweetness on the nose and it was like all cinnamon.
Cinnamon, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm glad you said that.
On the palate.
Yeah, but like
So I
on
feel
that
like
nose,
I
I was
stopped
getting something, and I could see that now.
Dude, there is something so familiar on that nose and I just can't figure it out.
Dang, I wish you could think of it.
Yeah, me too.
That's
I
pretty
like
good,
that.
though. Yeah, I like it. I think I like number one better. Actually, I know I do. Yeah. For me, damn, you don't get any sweetness on the palate? Really?
Maybe a little towards the finish, like the back end of the palate I do.
It definitely drinks spicier. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Like the baking spice.
Yeah, I was gonna say not hot spicy.
No. Just that baking spice. Like that note for me is.
I do think it's a little proofier. That feels higher in proof, but not overly hot. You know?
Yeah, it drinks hotter. Doesn't mean it drinks hot though.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. That's good. Back-to-back good pours.
I don't know, man. That's pretty up there for me. I like the palate on the first one a lot, but I just went back to the nose on the first one. It's really different. Okay. On to glass 3.
Yeah, man. I didn't even have to really try to nose that. That is a whole nother bottle. Like, I mean, a whole different profile.
That's vanilla, like, all the way.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I don't mind that at all.
No. It's a nice little sweet. I mean, that's some honey in there. You get a little bit of honey on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is nothing but sweet
Almost
notes,
like a
though.
graham cracker, too. Like, there's some really unique things going on in this one compared to the others.
It's all sweetness, though. I wonder if it'll drink that way, but
I agree with that.
it is all sweetness. I can't tell if it's also darker than the other two.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? That is definitely a sweeter pour.
I don't think so.
What?
On the palate, I don't think so. What I said about glass 2, I feel like is completely the same for glass 3. Like it's all baking spice on the palate for me right now.
I mean, I would agree in that. I don't know if it's spice or it's heat, but it
does
drinks,
feel proofier too.
Yeah, it drinks hotter for sure. Like it reminds me of a stag.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know, cause like
I have no idea what that is.
which one? 3?
Yeah, 3. Well, or any of them.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because to me, like that is sweet through and through, and then on the palate, that heat just—I mean, like I legit got that Kentucky hug in my chest on that one.
And it happened slowly too. It like
Yeah.
slowly
Yes.
went down, and then all of a sudden it just
Yes.
started like burning.
Yep. So the only other pour that I can think of that hits me like that all the time is a stag.
I don't get anything Buffalo Trace out of that. But I do agree. There's a lot of stags that actually drink hot, and that definitely drinks hot.
Man, I think that's a stag. I think so.
Okay. Probably wrong.
Whatever. Don't listen to me. All right. I guess we got to pick a favorite here.
Yep.
I'm between 1 and 3, honestly.
Really?
Yes.
2 is my favorite.
What?
2 is my favorite. I think I'm 2, 1, 3, which is kind of crazy because I really do like, now that I've had a second sip of the third one, how the proof comes in. It was a really strong Kentucky hug at first, and then it kind of like, I don't know, it's easier to handle on the second sip, I guess. And I do feel like the finish on that one is drastically longer than the first 2.
For 3.
For 3,
And yet you have it last.
yes. To me, the palate is the most important part, truly. And I think 2 has the best palate.
I feel like everything you said led up for it to be number 1, and it's last for you.
It has my favorite finish, the longest finish. The nose and the palate isn't my favorite. I like the glass 1 and 2 more on the palate.
Okay. 3, 1, 2, for sure.
Wow, so we're exact opposite.
Yeah.
That's funny.
3, 1, 2. Coming back to 2, I don't even like it that much after having had 3 followed by 1.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, ready for the reveal?
No.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
We'll wait another second. Glass 1. Yo. Early times.
Early times.
That's funny. This is always a solid bottle.
Damn.
I love early times bottled and bond.
And you had it second?
Second.
Okay.
I liked it over whatever 3 was, so it's
what is 2?
number 2. Stag. See, that had more of like
no
the
way.
Buffalo Trace aspect, I guess. Actually, everything I said about it was not what you would think is Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
When I went back to number 2, I felt like I got a little bit of fruit on it, so that makes a little sense in my head. 3 is what I'm super curious about, because this is your number 1.
Funny, hold on, before you do that. This is 24B,
Okay.
which is our least light of the 24 lineup.
Wow, you're right.
So,
I actually didn't even think
and
about
it's last
that.
for me.
That makes sense. You liked early times bottled and bond better than a stag.
Yeah, that's stag. I hope this is stag too. God damn it. This makes sense though, that it drinks hotter, and dang,
pick
that
is
is
this?
really good.
Oh, Nick's. This is one of my favorite bottles too, and I have that dead last. That's funny.
Dang.
That's my favorite Old Forester single barrel strength.
127.5. That drinks so much hotter than that.
Yeah, it
But
definitely does.
in a great way. Like
What are
that's not a
these?
knock against it.
127.8. So that's really close.
Dang. That was okay. Hey, I'll take that. A pick over a stag?
That's funny.
Yeah, why not? Dang.
I'm having to like process this right now. I've claimed this is like my favorite Old Forester pick, and I just picked a $25 bottle over it.
I need to find a new partner.
Send in your resumes to poorbrotherswhiskey@gmail.com.
We got.
That's crazy.
No, but that's kind of the point of this. Is throwing in an allocated bottle, and I'm glad it was these 2.
Yeah.
Because I would say this is not an allocated bottle. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pick, understood, but
Harder to find, but
you can
see
find them quite a bit. Yes, exactly. And they're obtainable. And
Usually
so-
80, $90.
Yep.
I don't even want to know in private states what that goes for.
Yeah, yeah, really. Probably well over the 200s.
Here, this is much cheaper. It's just way harder to find it.
Correct. So exactly. Again, allocated. It goes with all that stuff. And then I don't even know the price tag on this thing.
It's under $30. These are dirt cheap.
Yeah. So pretty cool. That,
Dang.
for me at least, this beat out a stag. Killed a
Wow.
stag. Damn.
I did not think that was going to go that way.
Yeah,
I didn't expect those to be the bottles at all.
I was convinced this is stag, and
I
guess
know,
I should have thought that it was a.
I didn't even
Forester.
consider that it was that.
I didn't either, but once I saw it, it made so much more sense.
Dang, if I would have turned around too, that's funny. If I would have turned around, look, there's.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
That's normally where I keep this bottle, so
Dang.
that would have been a big hint, but I didn't even notice that. So, good job, Tim.
Very good. That was fun. 2v1, and allocated lost here.
Now that I know that's Buffalo Trace, pick up glass 2 and just smell it. It's so obviously Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. yeah, I would agree. Dang.
We need to do that more often.
I think we should.
Yeah,
I think we should do
truly.
that more often. If you guys have any other ideas, don't send it to us because then we'll know. But like, subscribe. You guys know what to do. And until next time, we'll see you.